Anyway, hi, my name's Amanda. I'm the Education Officer for Watch Your Waste in the Southwest, and today's school holiday workshop we're going to be making little greenhouses or terrariums. So I'll just wait for a few more minutes and people can log in and sort what's happening and make sure they've got everything ready before we start making them. I hope everyone's having a great school holidays. I know it's a little bit weird at the moment. Self-isolation, not going out and being with your friends as much as you would normally is kind of hard for everyone, I think. But I think little workshops like this and being able to do bits and pieces, it's a little bit fun. Helps it all a little bit easier to go faster. Alright, also in your packs, if you don't have a spoon, which you don't in your pack, so you might need a spoon or a knife or something just to rearrange the soil if you can't get your hands in there. What else is in your packs? Oh, I've got little animals, because I want to add little animals to some of my jars just to make it a little bit. So if you've got some of these laying at home, you can add these while we're doing it or after, whichever is easier. So flexible and so easy, so hopefully you guys enjoy it and make a few more around the house. And Mum and Dad will probably help you as well. So I've got my beautiful assistant Georgia behind the camera, and she's going to help me, let me know when people are logging in and whether we're good to go and stuff like that. Alrighty. So as I said, my name's Amanda and I am the Waste Education Officer for the Southwest. And what my job is we go to schools and festivals and stuff like that, and we help the community learn to sort their waste correctly, teach them to recycle properly and what they can do and the different options and so forth. We go to festivals. And I even have my friend here to help me, and he's our mascot, and his name this is Scoop. He's my buddy. He comes to schools sometimes and festivals, and you might see him around or see him on some of the resources that we send out to you guys, but he's always around. Today he's going to be helping out a bit behind the scenes. He'll be bringing me bits and pieces, and he just wanted to pop in and say hello first. So we might see him a bit at the end, I think. Thanks, Scoop. So Scoop is a pelican as well. Anyway, okay, so hopefully you've all got your packs. Some of you have got large jars, some of you have got small jars. I'm lucky I have a large jar to work with today. So, have we got a few on at the moment?
We got them all clear though.
We've not done this before, clearly. Alright, so your large jar, you should get one jar in your workshop pack today. You should get one container of pebbles or rocks, some soil, which has got sand, soil and compost. And our compost is something special about this one, is because we actually make it from your green bins. So all your green bins gets processed locally and is made into certified organic compost that we can use and you can buy for your homes and for your work. So we've got that in there. We don't put it in by itself because it's a little bit too rich, so you need to mix it with sand. Especially with this, the sandier the better with succulents. And that's the last thing in your workshop pack that you probably will have is some plants. So at the moment I think you've all got succulents in there, but this can really work with anything that you have at home. I've even used seeds in one of my little experimental terrariums. So we've got those. And scissors, if you've got scissors and you have big pieces, you can cut them down to any size that you want. That is fine too. I'm going to be pulling leaves off mine to give a bit of a different effect in the ones that we build. Alright, so this is one of the leaves that we have, and some of you actually have these in your jars in the packs that we sent out. And because they're succulents, all their moisture's in their leaves, so you can literally break one off and plant it in the soil and it will grow. Alrighty, so I think we can make a start. What else can I tell you about? No, I think let's make a start. Alright, if you've got a large jar, putting the rocks in the bottom is going to be a lot easier probably with your hands. If you have a small one, you may want to sprinkle them in. So, keep some aside if you want to put a bit of a special effect at the end, which I'm going to do. But you just want a little bit down the bottom for a bit of drainage for your soil so it doesn't get too soggy and rot the bottoms of your plant. Just sprinkle them in until it's into a nice depth that you're happy with. And it totally is a personal choice. You can make it how shallow or how deep you want with the rocks. It's totally up to you. As I said, it's a really flexible exercise and a totally personal choice about how you guys do these. So, alright, once you've got the rocks sorted and in a position and depth that you're happy with, you can put your soil in. So I'm just going to sprinkle mine around and rotate so the soil is spread evenly. And you can use all of that. If you don't have enough in your cup, like if you don't have enough because you've got a larger jar, that's alright. Just pop outside, get a bit of sand, and that'd be more than fine to add to the top if you want an extra bit of depth. And these don't have to be permanent. If at the end of it and they've grown too much or they've died or you're not happy with how they look, you can just pull them out and either replant them or put different plants in. It's totally up to you. So this is actually a really good depth. I'm happy with this one. Just flatten it out. You're going to get a little bit dirty today, but that's okay because gardening's fun and everyone loves to do that sort of thing. So squish it down. Make sure you've got enough depth in there so you can actually plant the plants in there. And then you can start putting your plants in. So I've got quite a long one here that I'm going to put at the back. You don't have to do anything. If it's too long or if it's not the right shape, you can totally cut it. And a lot of these look better when they are cut. So this one here has got lots of little flowers on the side. So I've just chopped little ones off to rearrange in the position that I'm actually quite happy with. So I'm going to put this one on the side here because I'm going to have little animals in mine. Oopsies. Okay. So as I said, if it falls off, just put it down because it will root. With a bit of time, it will be totally fine. I'm going to put this little leaf right on the side here for a little kind of shade for my little animals. And then, okay. Feels really weird. I'm used to teaching classes when there's actually people looking at me and asking me questions. So feel free to shoot any questions to me, guys, and George will read them out. So now you have a few pieces of plant in there, and all you really need to do is rearrange them how you want. Move the jar around until you're happy with it. I think that was a bit squished. So I'm going to pull this one out and I'm going to cut that off because that is not sitting as nice as I would like it to. Yeah. Push it in. Be a bit rough if you have to. That's okay. Not much can go wrong with this, luckily. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, no, don't like that there. And it's totally play around. Get your hands dirty until you like it, until you're happy with how it looks. Yeah, that's better. So as you see, I've got a bit of space at the front here because at the back is all my beautiful plants, and I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put a little log in mine. I don't know if I'll be able to break it. Oh, that was actually super easy. That's because I eat my vegetables, kids. Put that there. Alright, and I was lucky enough to find a big stash of little animals. And look, there's even a baby scoop that we can use. So I think I'm going to actually use frogs. I'm feeling like frogs would be happy living in a little habitat like this. So there's one little frog. I'm going to turn him around. Even matchy cars. I guess if you had a big enough jar or container, you could put matchy cars in here. Make a little car house. One frog might be enough. No, I still want to. I want a family living in here. Alright, so now I've got the frogs in. I'm going to add another plant just front to make a little shelter for it. There we go. I'm really liking the look of that. I don't want to waste anything, so the little bit that I chopped off the last part, I'm going to plant, because if that does take root, I can transplant that into another pot or into my garden and it won't be a waste. Put that in there. And what are we thinking? I think that looks really good. What do you think, George? Is it looking good? Right, Scoop, he can just stay around here. He can live up on that little... And I've got spares, so hopefully you guys have spares. If not, Feel free to break the leaves off, bulk it out as much as you can, or just go raid Mum and Dad's garden with their permission, and you can put extra bits and pieces until you're happy with it. I made a few different extra ones. So I've got this one here, and I've got this one here. Oh, and I think even Scoop's made one. Hey Scoop, what have you got? Let me look. Awesome, thanks. Alright, so this one here that Scoop's brought me is just a single plant by itself. It's a little ribbon plant that's just a pup of a bigger one from outside. So I think that actually looks really good by itself. So you could even do one plant if you really wanted. So that one's going to go on our coffee table or our dining table, and that will grow. And that probably will get too big for the jar, but I'll just replant it or something like that. Even growing outside the jar would look okay, but change it when you want to. Now this one here, I've actually put seeds in this. So this has got little thyme seeds, or you put mint or something like that in there. And it can just grow. And you can actually use that inside. Herbs are really good to have inside. You can grow them inside and use them with your cooking any day that you need to, really. So that one's got seeds in it. You don't have to do seeds, but as I said, it's all about experimentation and doing what you like with what you have, and be flexible. This one here is a little bit like my little frog habitat over here. This one's got lizards though. And I put some of the rocks in, like I said I was going to say for the frogs, but there wasn't really much extra room. So you've got 2 lizards living on a log with a couple of plants to munch on there, and then some rocks in here so they can sun themselves if they need to. And that's totally from a recycled biscuit jar that I got from our tip shop. So any jar that you have at home, or old aquarium or something like that, you can make into little terrariums or glass houses. Now with these ones, because they are succulents and they hold all the moisture in their leaves, you're not going to need to put the lid on top because they don't like it. They don't like too much humidity, they don't like too much moistness. So keep the lid off for these. But for other plants that you may put in your new greenhouses and terrariums, you probably will need to put the lid on, and that just keeps the moisture in there and you don't have to water it as much, and they'll be very happy and grow quite successfully. Have we got any questions or anything, Georgia?
No.
Alright, there we go. Alright, so what else? So apart from us working at schools and stuff like that, we teach our communities. Even the mums and dads need a bit of help with education sometimes. So all you guys out there have got 3-bin system or a 2-bin system, and you have a general waste, which is the red one, a yellow one, a yellow top bin, which is the recycling, and the green top bin, which the little baby scoops on, is, as I said, our FOGO bin, so food organics and garden organics, and this is the one that we make the compost from. So this one's, well, they're all very important. This is the last resort. We put into landfill. So, how are we going for time, Georgia? Going good? So if anyone wants to post photos of the terrariums or little greenhouses that you guys have made, I would love to see them, and we'll post them on our page. Let me know any ideas or questions or anything, as I said, about things that you've made today, other things that you think we could do for workshops, because I'm doing another workshop I think in another couple of weeks. I think Scoop will pop by. And you know what, I didn't even need my spoons and knife after all that. My spoon and knife, yeah, that's correct. Because for the smaller ones you probably would, just so you can rearrange the soil and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's about everything I can think of, guys. Scoop's popped in to help me say goodbye. Hopefully next time you'll join us and I won't be so nervous, and we'll be doing something else pretty awesome that you guys can make at home. But for now, thank you for joining me and making a little greenhouse. I hope you had fun, and I guess we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Thank you.